When I was preparing for this, which is a complicated kind of thing to explain, I had a long, explanation, introduction, and my wife said, they'll hate you for that, so I took it out. And so now what I need to do is make certain things obvious. I teach, among other things, Moby Dick, with great delight, and you wonder what a book has to do with this book written in the middle of the 19th century. But it happens that the University of Kentucky Special Collections has this tremendous holdings of picture books of Moby Dick. Some of them are almost childish in the sense that they are pop-up books, which are a lot of fun. But some of them are very fancy books that you can't buy. This one is, the illustrator is Leroy Neiman, who made his reputation as a sports illustrator many years ago. And the preface is by Jacques Cousteau, and I thought that would be interesting. Before I keep going, let me say that thank you to Jamie Burton, who has made this available for a good while. And apologies to Pam for my being so difficult to deal with, which is probably why I'm last in the in any case, this is these are what I would call picture pages, and I share this with my students. If I had to do a Moby Dick online course for about 3 English majors in the nation, I would share this exactly as it is. That is, it has the entire text of the novel, but it also has these fairly striking paintings like that one. A lot of primary colors. And so a novel that can be dense for students might to some extent come alive when you see these pictures. It occurred to me to do a technology or inquire about technology to take the middle of the binding out, but then that's the book. If you open the book, that's what it would be. This is Ahab looking at Moby Dick, obsessed. And these are Neiman's notes at the beginning of the book. And what a great thing it would be, it seems to me, that students would be able to see actual moments from the chapters as they read. There's also a book that's very difficult to scan in that gigantic scanner that Jamie has, because it's one painting for every page of Moby Dick. So it's about 500 paintings. And I don't know how that would go over with the students, but there are also books that are almost priceless in the collection. And my sense is that if we don't do this kind of thing with these really wonderful volumes, they'll go unnoticed by a great segment of the students. These are all of the illustrations in the book, so the students would have a sense of what is contained in the book all the way, and there's a sort of chronology being obeyed here by the events happening in the story as the confrontation with Moby Dick reaches its climax with Ahab about to get it, and Moby Dick about to ram the Pequod, which is the name of the ship. And let's see. And this is the last image of the ship sinking along with all the smaller boats that a whale ship carries. And instead of a thank you, I just threw the last words of the novel, since I was last and the Great Shroud of the Sea rolls on this event as it did 5,000 years ago. Thank you.